Well, it looks like my truck is done. They just text me. So, see, that's a new tire. And I still have steel rims, you know. On the trailer, I got steel rims. So the guy was happy. I told him, I said, I want to show you my secret button. You don't have to use jack to lift it. And so they checked all tires. I said I want 130 psi in all of these. That's what my the VIN number, you know. See, this is an unbelievable trailer. 55 tons and 12 feet with 4 axles, or the same with 3, the rating. But if you go to a Jeep, I mean Stinger, you get 55 and 16. So the trailer cannot take as much weight as, like, actually for the trailer, it's better with this setup, you know. And somewhere here I saw, yeah, ratings, 275, 70, 22.5, 16 ply. It's 60 miles per hour. Where did I see that? 130. Tire 275, 820. Well, I don't see that. But somewhere I saw the pressure that it requires 130. Oh, wait. Over here. It's actually 125. My bad. 125. Oh jeez. No, but that's good, you know, because the winter is coming. And you see, that's so they don't recommend to drive too fast with heavy loads, and that's what we did. So now I have this monster over here. Oh boy. This is 12R, 22.5 Continental. All right, where's the rating? Tire, 12R, regroupable, 150, 147K. Where's the rating? Tire failure. Tread, maximum load. Single tire, 3350 kgs. Oh, 7,390 pounds at 120 psi. Yeah, 120. So 7,390. So perfect, because my axle is 14,600. See, like the previous tires were no good. And actually, where did they put them? I need those tires on the trailer, because I found a guy that will pay me. He'll pay me $500 for those tires. And in other news, the nights have been getting colder and colder here in Cambridge, Ontario. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and it's only +4 Celsius or 35 F. And so I picked up this sleeping bag. Super comfortable, very thick, you know. It's very wide. And when you buy a bag, it's always a good idea to check the rating. So like this one is good until -15 Celsius or 5 F, you know. It comes with this bag that I can now use for laundry, and it's made by Woods. So I've been using it for the past two nights. You know, you can zip it up like this. And my previous one was much, I think the previous one was like rated only until, I don't know, -10. It was much thinner. It's a very nice bag, you know, perfect for cold nights in the truck when you don't want to idle. I like the look of these tires. Check this out. The sun is shining from this side. Look at the side. Doesn't look like much on the screen. I'm looking at the back of my phone, but it looks pretty bright over here. It's very easy to read, you know, but only when the sun hits it. See that one at the top? Not too bad. Let's check the other side. The other side in the shadow, and you can hardly read it. It's all reflecting, you know. What I want to do is, like, there's no truck washes anywhere, you know. I cannot do mobile because I don't know, it's not my lot, right? I don't know how the owner would react if I found a mobile truck wash and brought here. It's Sunday, 11:33 in the afternoon, and so there was not enough to talk about yesterday, but I did that tire change. I didn't check all the pressures, and I got the sleeping bag, and then the guy showed up. Thanks to the neighbor over here, this Volvo guy with Mercer. You know, he knows quite a lot of people, so I told him I was when I was last time I saw him over here, I said I'm trying to sell my tires, and right away 2 guys called me, and this new tire thing, so I changed 3 tires, right? It cost me 1,800 bucks Canadian after tax. I will get some money back, the 13% tax, right? We get sales tax back from the government. I know in the States for some reason they don't do that, but here if you have a tax inside a payment that you submitted for a business expense, like in this case for my trucking tires, you know, I just do a monthly return and ask for HST refund. HST, that's the name of this tax. I talked about this before, but I think I'll get like 200 bucks back. But anyway, so in the tire shop, I asked him, I said, do you think you can give me $250 for each tire, like a credit? And he says no. And I said, well, I found a guy that will give me, you know, 500 cash Canadian for 2 tires. And so we were communicating with the guy, and yesterday he was coming from US. He just stopped by in his truck. I helped him load the tires. He was quite happy. And then I also, you know, that old 12-watt 225 with aluminum rim was sitting there in the back. I know I cannot sell it. It's just a single-use tire, you know, wrong size for most people. And this guy that bought my tires, he, you know, he's a owner operator but not independent. He's looking at that wheel. Oh, what size is that? I said, well, this will fit you, your truck or my truck. I said it's a regular 8.25-inch aluminum rim. It's not like 9-inch, so you can put your tire 11R 295 or 295, whatever. Oh yeah? I said, give me 75 bucks, and I said, I'll just give you the wheel and the tire, so maybe you can sell the tire to somebody. Oh, he scratched his head, gave me 75 bucks. So I did okay yesterday. And then also because I talked to the factoring company, of course, you know, there's this thought in the back of my head, like, how am I gonna get paid when I book a load? And before the load board I'll be using, I remember they were linked to a factoring company, and I thought that factoring company was actually part of this load board, but turns out they just had some kind of an agreement. And there was when you look at the load, before there was like a little mark saying that this load was pre-approved for factoring, you know. And now I look at that table with loads, I don't see this, but I remember the name of this factoring company. So I went to their website and found their phone number and downloaded the application. And their fee is a bit stiff, 5%, but you know, they can pay you within 24 hours. If you want to pay 25 bucks for a wire transfer, if not, it's like $1 and you get the money on the next day. Like, why not, you know? I'm not gonna use it all the time, but just for the times when I really need to have the money in my Canadian bank, to pay for the truck and trailer. Because timing is everything. Like I remember with Landstar, I had this problem because Landstar would pay us. Landstar also, like, by the way, yeah, these guys, the factoring company says they cannot transfer money to Canada. They don't even mail checks. They said you have to open a US based account. And Landstar was the same way. They said, yeah, we offer direct transfer. And then I said, excuse me, my bank is in Canada. No. I said, so how do I get paid with the Landstar? They said, we can transfer money to your ComData fuel card. And that's what they were doing. And quite a few times I was in a situation where I have lots of money on the fuel card. And the problem was that all my bills were coming out of, my bank in Canada. Like again, truck, trailer payment, and I missed a few bills because of that. I couldn't get the money, to Canada. It's just sometimes it's. So anyway, so I talked to these guys, the factoring company, and it became clear to me that if I want to use them, I need to open a US account. And so yesterday I spent the afternoon at the office of my bank. I went in there, I asked them, and they said, yeah, we can help you set it up. Because what's cool is that some banks here in Canada, they have their US based branches, even though like legally they're two separate entities, but the name of the bank is the same, except over here it'll say name Canada, over there it's just bank. And these guys, because so many Canadians, go to Florida in winter and stuff like that, because we're so next to each other, right? So a lot of people need to use, US dollar accounts. And so these guys offer this cool service where you can, apply for the US account at the same bank, but on the US side. But again, still, they're separate entities. But you can see these accounts on your web page. When you log on as a bank user, you can see a US dollar account, which is like amazing because it's a separate country, but they will still show you what you have there, so you can track your, payments, who paid you. The only thing you cannot do is you cannot transfer money yourself. Like, normally you can transfer money from one account to another, right from your computer, but because it's two separate banks technically, you have to call them. And these guys they even use like voice recognition. Are you okay with us using voice recognition next time you call? I said, yeah. I'll try to speak slowly, without trying to minimize my Russian accent. Or maybe actually that will help them identify me. But anyway, so that's what I did. So I set up, now I have a US account, and they transferred money to get it started. And that's another thing I said, so how do I send, they said at least like $20, how do I send money to the account if it's not yet set up? And they said, oh, don't worry, just talk to the advisor you're dealing with now. She'll take you to the counter. And, right from my account in Canada, they will take, $20 and put it in my US account. And anyway, so now I filled out the application for this factoring company, now that I have US account. And I'm just going to go and to the, Staples there and fax it to them. And it takes them 24 to 48 hours to set it up, and I definitely don't want to start tracking unless I have this in place, because then I will not get paid for 4 to 6 weeks. So I really need to do this factoring thing at least for the first few months. And also why I came back here, I slept in the truck and I came back because again for the 10th time I keep forgetting to take a picture of my transponder. I have a customs little sticker on the windshield, transponder with a little Y inside, and you need that to cross the border, and I need to transfer. That's mine, but I just need to transfer, like change the company name on it to my own company, and I haven't figured out yet how to do that. I know I have to go to US Customs website somewhere there and try to do it. But also that number, of the transponder number was required for this Border Connect, the website where I registered. And I went this morning to the coffee shop and I thought, okay, I want to finish my Border Connect registration. And one thing that was there left for me to do was enter your transponder number. And I'm shoot, I'm already sitting in the coffee shop. The transponder is in my truck, so finally I came back because I had to print out something. And I took a picture of the transponder, so hopefully now everything will be a-okay. And the next thing I did, a friend who's also an independent trucker suggested a good permit company, because lots of my loads will be oversized and overweight, and it's important to find a reliable permit service company that will act on your behalf in ordering permits. And I remember ComData at Landstar was really bad. Everything was on the phone. It would take like 40 minutes on the phone to get permits. It was so slow, very, I'm sorry to say, unprofessional, lots of mistakes. And actually I called ComData. I said, you work with outside carriers? And they said, yeah. I said, how much you charge for per permit? And they said $60. That's like outrageous. Then I remember somebody was saying Permit or Permits America. I went there, they charge I think $30 US. And I talk about this to this friend, and he says, hey, here's a company, they charge $25 Canadian per permit. That's like $20 US. Hey, where do I sign up? And so I emailed the lady from this permit company. She's local in Ontario. She sent me the whole bunch of paperwork, and that's what I've been doing also at the coffee shop this morning. Sending her all my vehicle equipment list so that she has it on her computer, so I don't have to do it each time when I deal with permits. So now she has my VIN numbers for the truck, trailer, and the flip axle. She has my plate numbers. She has my unit numbers, and also I sent her a sheet with all my axle spacings, all my tire ratings. I have that on my computer since the days I worked at Premium Ventures, because that's very important, and quite often they forget to put the proper tire size, and then on your permit you see a low weight. So I wanted to for sure to make sure that she has all these. And then if you lose that sheet, it's a pain in the butt to grab your measuring tape and remeasure everything. So I know it's all on my computer. I just converted it to a PDF. Boom, done. Send it. So now I just have to everything that was emailed, but now of course some sensitive stuff you don't want to email, like usernames, passwords, your credit card info. So now I gotta go to Staples and just fax it, like credit card authorization. And then once she has my credit card, you don't have to do it again each time, right? So when I order permits, she sent me a form as a Word document or as a spreadsheet, so I can very easy to fill it out on my computer, put in like for each load where I'm going, load dimensions, origin, destination, what states I need permits for. So this looks like a very efficient way. So I cannot do it online like I was hoping to do it myself online, but this way it's pretty close. I just fill out this form on my computer. This will eliminate potential mistakes, and I just email her this spreadsheet, and she already has my credit. She will have my credit card info, so you don't have to give it to her every time. So I'll be set up as a carrier basically, right? She will have a file on me with all my equipment lists, spacings, tires, stuff like that. And I also sent her my cab card, Ontario cab card, so she knows all my maximum weights for each states and provinces. And so we're getting there. So I just Monday, I'm still like really, I would be ashamed to show up at a customer with such a dirty truck and trailer. But the nearest truck wash is in Woodstock, which is 40 miles away, But I think the sign shop is 20 kilometers away, or 15 miles in the same direction as a truck wash. I think probably Monday I'll just go, early morning, I'll just go to Woodstock and get the truck washed. and then just come back to the sign shop. Hopefully they'll be able to change my signs. I just want to change maybe I'll leave the one at the top, because it's at the very top, so the sun hits it, it's okay. But the ones on the side, I definitely want to change. So my choices are, I've been thinking either just white, just aggressive typeface, big letters. So white or bright blue, like sky blue, or orange, something like really conspicuous. I want blind people from the other side of the freeway to see my truck and say, wait, that's Sergei. Okay. That's the whole purpose of these sites, because it's free advertising, right? And so hopefully people start noticing your truck, and then next time somebody will get in touch with me, because when they know my name, it's easy to find me on Google Maps, on Google, via YouTube. So it's all good. It's all free advertising, and I need all the customers I can get. Okay, so sorry for too much talking, but that's what I've been busy with this past weekend. And yeah, it's a lot of small stuff that you have to take care of. And also I finished my HUT registration, because I was waiting for the plates. I had to put in the plate number, and they already gave me a temporary thing I printed out. It's somewhere over there. So now if somebody stops me and asks me why I don't have a HUT sticker on my truck in New York, I can show them there saying that the originals are coming in the mail. So HUT is done. And also I finished, last thing I want to mention is that I finished my Kentucky registration. So you have to file quarterly taxes in Kentucky, even if you don't go there. You have to show 000 miles, They charge you money for traveling in the state. But you have to do returns. And in order to do that, you have to get the Kentucky registration number. And so this morning again, I finalized that. So that is done. So I don't know. So what's left is just change the signs, 2 more conspicuous ones, and then wait for the factoring company to set me up, right? Because like I said, they need a day or 2 to set me up. And then I still don't have my cross-border stickers, those PARs and PAPs with the carrier code. I need those to cross the border. And the permit company is pretty much set up. I'll finish today with this credit card authorization. And one more thing I still haven't received is my Ontario annual permit. It's $440. It's a permit for oversize, overweight loads. So then you don't have to get a trip permit each time. It's kind of like a blanket permit, covers you for a whole year up to, let's say, 11 feet wide. Very, very useful, and saves a lot of time and money, because a trip permit, like if I don't have an annual permit, a trip permit costs around $200 Canadian. And most importantly, it can take up to 3 days to issue. So I think I hope I will get this annual Ontario oversize permit next week, and this will make things so much easier. So tires are done, right? I checked all pressures, and the wash. Yeah, I'll definitely want to wash the truck, so we'll post some pictures in the next video. And hopefully, tomorrow, I just hope they will have time for me to get me the new signs. So stay tuned, more to come. Sometime next week I should be getting my first load. Thanks for watching.